Hello everyone. We're here to do a video games show. We've got the classic group of your friends that are available to speak on the Video Game Choo Choo website podcast for your ears and your enjoyment. It's me, John, who's in charge this evening. I'm going to be steering the conversation to make sure that things don't go off track. I said
one.
Off track.
Trains.
Thank you.
They never get old.
Thank you, everyone.
Trains.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing without your love and support. And I would appreciate if you kept all your rotten produce at home.
We couldn't stop you if we tried, John.
Yeah, you absolutely can't.
Hell yeah.
Rose, you're here.
Hi, I'm here.
And Solon, you're here.
Yes, I'm also here.
And that's wonderful. Two of my favorite people in the world. Just hanging out.
Aww.
Talking about video games.
That does make sense. Rose is incredible.
Yay.
So were you, Solon?
Yeah. John, you're not too bad yourself.
Nah, not too shabby.
Yaw,
not at all.
shucks. Yaw,
I
shucks.
learned what that meant from the Wind Waker.
Oh, really? Not too
'Cause
shabby?
you get like the 5 rupees and like it pulls up out of the ocean and they're like, oh, not too shabby. And I'm like, I think that's shabby.
It's a little shabby.
That's kind of shabby. Don't overplay it, Zelda.
It's a little shabby. You know. King of Red Lions, you know, he's just like, yeah, that's alright. You know, it's like, yeah.
Oh, kid, that's not too shabby right there.
He's a boat. He doesn't understand currency.
He's a king. He's the king
He's
of
also a
Hyrule.
boat.
He went on and on about dinner and shit, like all the time.
King of Hyrule also doesn't understand currency, but for a different reason.
I mean, yeah, there's a different reason for that, but like, how long do you think he was a boat?
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. How long was he a boat?
Because he might have just forgotten, like, what money's like, you know? Like, they're just like, oh, hey, here's 5 money.
What
And he's
was
like, well,
money?
5's pretty good.
Do you think the King of
Five's
Red
pretty good
Lions
money.
understands maritime law?
No.
I mean, is there maritime law in the Great Sea?
It's kind of big. I guess it would kind of just be called law at that point.
Yeah. Also, they let Tingle just do whatever the fuck he does,
literally
so obviously
enslaves
there's
a
no
man.
law. Yeah, there's no law.
He does.
There's no law
There's no law in
on
the
the Great
sky.
Sea. Kalulimpa, you are my prisoner. God.
What a
So-
bastard.
He's a bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a
He's not
bastard.
just a funny little man. He's a horrible, horrible person.
It's a criminal mastermind that just draws maps to get you off his
Hey
back.
kid, go. Here's a little Game Boy. Go get me some fucking gold or whatever.
He's like the only character in that whole game that actually like is actively cruel to
Yeah.
everyone.
Yep. Even Ganondorf doesn't
Like, he-
really know what he's doing.
No.
Yeah, like his motives are like understandable but unjustifiable. But like Tingle's just being evil. Tingle's the true evil in Wind Waker. Damn.
There's a reason he was in prison at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, Link made a bad move. It's a bad move on your end. Toon Link, apologize for releasing the great King of Evil onto the world. Ganondorf can stick around. He just needs to apologize.
He does just need to apologize. You know, he's just cool as hell in that game.
Hey, I was just following the rules. I was told to get these girls and do some
Miyamoto came
Triforce
up
stuff.
to me, he gave me some money and said, kidnap these girls. It's really
I kidnapped them. I treated them really well, at least as well as I could under the
Miyamoto guy
circumstances.
just shows up at my place every like 3 years.
and I'm
Trying
like,
to revive
oh.
the Lost Kingdom of Hyrule.
Bowser's just like, Bowser's like, he shows up to my place like every 6 months. It's ridiculous. God. And Olimar's just like, I've been waiting for that motherfucker to show up for like 5 years. God. Anyway, Pikmin 4 needs to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, the video games occurred this week. in quite a few ways. A lot of good, some bad, but there's always going to be some bad because it's video games. I feel like right at the start, I do kind of want to tell this incredibly stupid story that happened to me. Where I had to spend some money on replacing something because I'm an idiot.
Oh, John, spin us a yarn. Tell us a tale.
Okay. So, I started to use my 3DS for the first time in a while. Just because, that's how it goes sometimes. And when I started to mess around with it, I realized there was a lot of dust, caked into this, the areas around the screen and just some other places, and I was like, that's gross, I don't like that. I want to get that out of there. So I have the tools to do it. I have the proper screwdriver to open it up. I really do.
Okay.
I have the proper tools that you're supposed to use on stuff like this, and I watched a YouTube video detailing what all the parts were, where everything goes, all that stuff. I opened up the 3DS. I started to look at it. I messed with it for a little bit, but then I couldn't get the screen out, so I was just like, I don't want to fuck with this too much. If I can't get the screen out without doing some real serious shit, I don't want to break it. So I put everything back exactly how it said it would be.
Okay.
Close the 3DS up. I try to turn it on. It doesn't work.
Oh.
I open it back up. I go through the YouTube video again. I put everything back exactly the same. Turn it on. It works. But the top screen doesn't turn on and the home button doesn't work.
Oh.
Ooh. That's problematic.
Your DS can never go home.
Yeah. I try to call up some of my local game stores and I tell them my problem. And they say, we can't repair the top screen of 3DSs. Because if we try to mess with it, it could fry your motherboard. And I was just like, well, I didn't actually touch my top screen. I think it's just one of the cables wasn't plugging in correctly. But I don't know what to do. But they just told me, well, we can't still, because that's just something we're not allowed to do. So I said, well, shit.
Yeah.
The next day, I tried one more time, I opened it up, I put everything back together, exactly how it said in the video. I was watching different videos, mind you, because I wanted to get different opinions. I wanted to be like, hey, maybe this person did this wrong. I need to find out what's up.
Yep, yeah, I firmly believe that you've followed through to the utmost in what you can do. Yeah, no, this tracks.
Third time, did not work.
Oh.
Didn't even turn on anymore.
Oh.
So at this point, I went, fuck it. I went to one of the game stores. I called them up beforehand and was like, will you take a broken 3DS for parts? And they said yes. So they did. They took it for $30, $40, something like that. I took some other games that I had lying around. And I ended up buying a new 2DS XL for $70.
Oh, okay.
Which is not that bad.
No.
All things considered, it's fine. And honestly, the process of recovering your 3DS stuff, if your 3DS breaks or anything like that, it's not that bad. You just have to call up Nintendo and explain to them what happened, and you tell them your Nintendo ID, not your not whatever your the thing that's tied to your Switches. It's the one that's tied to your 3DS and Wii U account.
Yeah, there's two different numbers for that. It's kind of weird.
So you tell them that, and then they grill you on some of the games that you downloaded to make sure that you didn't steal someone's ID. They're tell me some of the games that are saved. And I was just I have Shovel Knight, some Smash Bros DLC, this, and they were like, yeah, okay, that's enough. And I was like, okay.
You didn't tell them the dark secret things that you bought on the DS?
Monster Monkeys.
Monster Monkeys.
That game is not on 3DS.
Oh, you
Hush your
wish it
mouth.
was. I don't.
Why would
Nothing.
I?
I don't know. What?
The fuck are you trying to
I'm
say
sorry,
about me,
John.
Rose?
It's just my new gimmick is I have to try to assassinate your character every opportunity I get.
It's not a fun gimmick.
Okay, all right, I'll stop. Jeez.
I don't like it. But anyway, I got that stuff back, and it was just kind of a hassle to re-download everything. But it's fine. I was kind of scared that maybe like my save data would be gone. Like save data from like digital games was gone, but luckily I didn't really have any digital games that I cared too much about. Like anything that I had was like, oh, I could just replay that just fine. Like Shovel Knight, I could just replay that. Like, who cares? That's just an excuse to play Shovel Knight again. They like Mega Man Legacy Collection. Like, okay, I could just play those.
Yeah,
games
some
again,
smaller
whatever.
stuff, not some like big heavy RPGs or anything like that. Hopefully,
exactly. Like, and I never bought like big digital games. Like if I like 90% of the time. I buy my big releases physically. Like, the only time I didn't do that was when Fire Emblem Awakening came out, and like, okay, if I ever want to play Fire Emblem Awakening again, I'll have to just restart it, which, I mean, I probably would have done that anyway, because I haven't played that game in like 3 years, so, whatever. But I still have all my save files for everything else, so all my shiny Pokemon are safe.
Good.
I was so fucking scared. Like, if I didn't have my shiny Pokemon, my life would be
that would have been the killer.
tormented.
Yeah.
I have like 20 of them on my Ultra Moon game. Like,
No,
it would have been really bad.
There's literally nothing sadder than when a Pokemon game dies.
You want to hear my horror story, John?
Go right ahead.
All right. So, Pokemon Black and White, I did a ton of egg breeding, like an insane amount. Like, I'm talking like 30 shinies.
Oh god,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yep.
I lost the cartridge
Damn.
on a trip.
Oh.
So it was like, oh, it's just gone forever. And that was even before, like Pokemon Bank and stuff existed and etc.
Which it's out there somewhere though.
Yeah. Yeah, like what I've started to do recently, because that put the fear of death in me, is like pay for Pokemon Bank like once when I have the game or whatever, put all the Pokemon in, and then just like do nothing. Just have them safe there in the void where maybe I can't get them out of there, but they're safe. They're safe there.
You have your Pokemon held in like a permanent stasis.
Well, I used to do like My Pokemon Ranch when they did shit like that. That was great. I loved My Pokemon Ranch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They just don't do that anymore. They don't do Pokemon Stadiums.
They're
My
not
Pokemon
like
Stadiums
on the
have a
big
lot.
farm in the sky. They're like
yeah.
in the middle area.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, they don't really need to do Pokemon Stadium, because it's like, oh, hey, you want your Pokemon in 3D? They're in 3D already, Like, that was kind of why they made those games. But
I like Pokemon Stadium. Like,
I mean, we don't have the mini games. We don't have all the the
Pichu.
challenge cups and all that. Yeah,
Baby Cup.
Baby Cup.
Yeah. They definitely need to add like Pokemon Stadium style options to the mainline games if they're going to not have those kinds of games
crazy to
anymore.
me, because like I feel like Battle Revolution really set up like exactly what they could have done as a format for that, maybe a little more elegantly, but like the whole like you get costumes and stuff like that or whatever, and it lets it be like actually high fidelity and not just like 3D on the like. Don't get me wrong, Sword and Shield look pretty alright graphically, but it's like it's a big difference between like a game that doesn't have to worry about rendering a world and stuff like that and can just render individual maps, so they can focus a lot on, making shit look good.
Yeah, there's even a testament to just having a different style of graphics in general.
Absolutely.
Just having a different look at the same Pokemon that you know and love.
Yeah, like what if you could just like you train them up in your game or whatever and do all that stuff, and then like you can use this for like the official tournaments and stuff like that. Like that would be cooler. I don't know.
Even if they made like a new Pokemon Stadium and it was literally supposed to look like the blocky, chunky N64
that
Pokemon.
Would own. That would.
It's
own.
not about 3D necessarily. It's just about having a different look and the challenges and the fun. Minigame stuff.
I really liked them because like that's how I played through all my Pokemon games. Was I had the fucking transfer pack for the Nintendo 64, and I would put them in, and I unlocked like the Dodrio Tower and shit like that in the Game Boy Tower, and you would just like do emulator super speed, but you're playing it on the TV, so it's way cooler.
Yep.
Yeah. That was yeah, no matter how much I love Pokemon, the thing that always frustrates me is how often they do one step forward and three steps back
It's so
with all
bad,
of their
right?
stuff.
Like
it's really bad.
I've never seen like a company I think be worse about it. Like I think like the absolute worst one, it was as much as I love Gen 5. Gen 5 was like this huge step back at the beginning. Like you lost the Battle Frontier, you lost like a lot of like just the quality of life stuff. The game was like shorter. It was just like weird.
I'm sorry you broke your 3DS.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The end of the story is that I have a nice new 2DS, and while I do kind of wish that I didn't have to spend that money, it's honestly probably for the best, because my old... Well, it was a new 3DS XL, but it was old. It's so hard to say this shit because Nintendo doesn't know how people
sucks
talk.
Ass. I hate it.
2D ass XL.
Yeah, but I'm glad that I have a new console and that it's all nice and pretty and it doesn't have a bunch of paint chips flaking off and shit like that, because that's what happened with my new 3DS XL. It was a piece of shit, so I'm kind of glad that I replaced it anyway.
Well, maybe it was just well loved. You put a lot of love into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a lot of love into this one too.
Yay! I was so scared that when you said you opened it up, I was like immediately at like, oh, there's my kids opening up their laptops again with the screwdrivers. Y'all, don't do that. Oh, they broke it. Oh, all the pieces are missing. Oh.
I mean, I did do that.
But then I was like, wait, nope. This is a grown adult with YouTube videos, not someone who's exploring the world around them and is 13.
I still basically did that, Soul, and it's okay. What I did was a very stupid thing, and I should not have done it.
I was so scared that you were going to like crack the screen, or like it was going to be something really drastic. But like, oh, you close it all up, it doesn't turn on. Like, yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
That's completely understandable. Oh.
One time I had a Game Boy Advance SP break on me because it didn't have a game in the slot, and a kid on the playground pushed it down a slide into a pile of wood chips, and that just broke it.
No!
Yeah.
Oh! That's so sad.
Yeah. This fucked up. And then I had to explain that.
To the kid?
To people.
Oh.
Like
to everyone.
Figures of authority.
When I was younger, I don't know how it happened, but when I first got the original DS, like the fat DS, I only had it for a short amount of time before the glue on the inside that like held the screen in started like melting and coming out through this like the screen on the touchscreen. Yeah. And so I called up Nintendo and like told them what was going on with that, and they like had me send it in. And as soon as I sent it in, they sent me a brand new one and like a copy of Nintendogs to apologize, because they were just like, what the fuck is this? So like I've never heard of that happening to anybody else, but yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
That absolutely happened to me. Like I guess they like sent me a game to try to keep me quiet, because they were like, we don't need people to know this. Shh.
Here's some hush hush puppies.
I mean, it was before Twitter, and also I was like, what, 13? So like, who was I gonna tell? You know, but at the same time, like, whatever. That was just a really weird thing, but you know, pretty much all the rest of my Nintendo consoles are fine. You know, they went through a lot, but they still worked at the end of the day. So you know, that's how it goes. let's see here. Solon.
Yeah.
What's been going on with you lately? What have you gotten up to?
Oh, I've been just relaxing, kind of having a good time. And did you hear the science news lately?
How could I miss it?
They discovered, they didn't discover it. I guess they took the first pictures of a black hole. They're real. For better and for worse.
Mm-hmm.
They're out there. They're coming.
They're not. Oh no.
They're coming.
It was so cool. Just, I was at school and I was like with these like science, like middle school science teachers, and like I'd be like running around with my laptop in my hands like, look at this. And like I got to just with all the like science teachers be like, ooh, we turned the entire planet into a telescope that used telemetry 4 galaxies away. So that was like just the best day. Like of all the places that I could be at that moment, it was just like, I'm in a middle school. What a perfect place to just tell literally everyone that, hey, all the stuff that you're learning from these books is like totally valid and rad. And Albert Einstein was right. And like all of the models that we've been building that describe exactly how black holes are were correct. And now we have even more proof of that. And now we can do even more cool things to prove black holes exist and how they exist and what they do. And I'm like, this is science being really cool today.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you all when the black hole sun showed its sweet, sweet face?
I first saw it because I saw that the Super Mario Broth Twitter posted like, oh, look, in Super Mario Galaxy 2 they had a black hole and it looks similar. And I was like, what? What is this? What? And then I saw it. I was like, oh, it's a real thing. Okay.
Yeah, I think I was just like asleep, and then I woke up and people were talking about it, and I was like, that's cool. And I saw it, and I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah.
It took me a little too long to realize why my entire Twitter feed was like Soundgarden references. And like just pictures from that freaky Soundgarden music video of Black Hole Sun. And then once I got there, I was like, oh, today's a very good day.
I mean, you know, sometimes we're just thinking about some mid to late 90s hits.
Yeah, I was literally like trying to tweet to someone. I was like, oh yeah, that and like Winona's Big Brown Beaver Primus videos. And then I like looked and I was like, oh shit, there's actually context. I thought we were all just posting freaky music videos from the 90s. No, it's science.
What's the fucking... I'm trying to think of what, like... I'm trying to think of fucking bad music video from the 90s.
Most of them.
Yeah. Most of them. You know what's good is Faith No More by Epic. But
True.
That's the 80s.
Also really good.
Yeah.
It's in your face, but you can't grab it.
Yeah, that song.
Yeah.
People are gonna beat my ass after this episode. For you?
Gross.
Jeez Louise. Rose, how about you talk about what you've been up to? How about that?
Oh, sure. So, I guess... in the quickest thing I can say is I beat Sekiro.
Congratulations.
Have either of you... I know you haven't, John. Have you played it, Solon?
My boyfriend was playing it, and he beat it a couple days ago and just like started running through it on New Game Plus. And then he beat it in one stream on New Game Plus. He was like, "Oh, it's easy now." And I was like,
"Yeah,
what?
It's super easy now." Yeah. It's like the thing with that game is like I think more so than any other From Software game is like once you like know how to break that game for the most part, like once you beat a boss, you just get better and you know how to beat that boss forever now, as opposed to Dark Souls where they have a lot of patterns and stuff, you know, like a lot of patterns and a lot to do. But I will say this, that game is still just Dark Souls. Like in a lot of ways. Like it certainly has a different system and a much higher focus on, you know, blocking and like parrying and doing like, you know, perfect executions of everything, but like it's just like the step after Bloodborne kind of, like, in faster. My eyes. Like, yeah, it's just faster Bloodborne. That's kind of what I meant, because like Bloodborne you had to do parries all the time and stuff, but like I think it's still good. I think it's very good, actually, but I do wish that two things. I mean, I figure y'all have talked the fucking difficulty stuff to death probably at this point, but I do wish there were more options for that game. I think one of the things I let Dark Souls get away with in a lot of regards is like the sheer amount of tools you have access to in that game that let you like really manipulate how your playthrough's going to be. Like how there are like, you know, better builds and stuff like that to make things easier. There's none of that in Sekiro. And there's no like co-op or anything, so you're really just stuck on your own, which I don't think is great. Even considering how not great it already was that there weren't many accessibility options. Yeah, it just made me go like, I like Devil May Cry 5 more. Like Devil May Cry 5 is really fucking good, and like you get to have the same feeling of like skill enhancement and like getting better and better at the game without the frustrations that Sekiro had.
Yeah.
And I also kind of just wish Sekiro was less like Dark Souls, because I feel like those, like the moments when you're fighting a samurai dude one-on-one is like fantastic. Like you can't match that. Like I can't match that experience to another game. Like it just feels really good to just be like clang 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 clang, and then like eventually just like jabbing your sword through them or something. Like it's really satisfying. But like that's half the game, and then the other half is you fighting like giant gorillas and stuff.
Yeah, the Dark Souls big motherfucker jumps down on you kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's like, why is this in this game? Like I don't like, does it have to be in this game? Like do all the like ghosts and you like the headless knight or whatever, who are the not knight but like headless, they're just called headless, the headless like ghost things that you need to use an item to even hurt is like, that sucks ass, man. Like you want to talk about like the 3 steps or 1 step forward 3 steps back. That's how this game felt a lot of the times, because like all of the Souls games after Dark Souls 1 had moved away from the whole like use a consumable item to even beat this zone or whatever that Dark Souls 1 had, and then they just went back to this. And even Dark Souls 1 gave you options like, oh, you can make your sword a divine sword, and then you can just do this anyways, and this game doesn't even have anything like that.
When the big bosses drop down on you, from what I've seen, they're much slower fights than like the samurai fights, where they feel like, yeah, you stab them once, like with the big like final stab, but then they're still there. They just lose a little, like a chunk of their HP, and so you have to do the big final stab like 4 or 5 more times, and then they die.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them. And I feel like that game would have been a lot stronger if it had a more concise vision, instead of what it feels like is they had a really good idea for a samurai game. They executed on it for a little while, and then they were like, all right, just do the Dark Souls stuff again. That's what we know how to do. Like, just do that again.
I really love the presentation of Sekiro, and just the fast, when the game starts moving at a fast pace, it feels really good and it looks really cool. And I wonder if that's going to change how it compares to how its shelf life is compared to the other Souls games that have had really long shelf lives, mostly due to how slow and deliberate their pacing is. And I wonder if that changes anything there.
I feel like it would rely on how the DLC support for the game is.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, possibly. Because like, I feel like one big issue with the game and it having a longer shelf life is, again, no co-op of any sort. Like, I'm fine with no PvP personally, but I know a lot of people really play those games for the PvP. And like not being able to be like, oh, I want my friend to play Sekiro, I'll help him through it, you know? Like, you can't do that with Sekiro.
I just think about how a while back, like Scott was helping Janie play through one of the Dark Souls games, and she was just having a great time with it. But like, I feel like, you know, if she didn't have that option, that would have probably been a lot more of a frustrating experience instead of this, like, fun cooperative adventure that she had with a friend, you know? Like, I feel like not having that is, or at the very least not having, like, an option to do something different that's not just this exact specific route it's disappointing.
On the large scale, it seems weird because the co-op that's in those games is not that, like, intensive. I mean, it is just as much as any co-op is, but it's not like it's like... It's almost not even there, except that it totally changes everything. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, it's like, it's poorly integrated, but, like, it becomes integrated in like the player's mind. Like in the game sense, it's not like actually integrated very well at all, but like in the communal sense, like it's like almost half those games, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, you're just a ghost. You do some stuff, but you're just a ghost. You don't really interact with the other player, but you do. You totally do. Because you're sharing the play space together, like it changes everything and it just means a lot emotionally. The only thing that I can think of was the big difference with Sekiro is that you're a lone samurai. So I wonder if they wanted to maintain that over putting in some co-op stuff, or maybe they just, you know, didn't want to do the co-op thing, which I can understand that too.
Yeah. I'm glad that they didn't do the PvP thing personally, because the PvP shit in Dark Souls has always been the bane of my existence, because it's like, I know Scott probably loves it, okay? And he probably thinks it's cool. But, like, for me personally, it's like, oh, I'm playing the game, I'm just trying to play the game and have fun in my own way, and then some asshole comes up and just has, like, the perfect set built or whatever to murder people, and that's not really fun to me.
PvP, though, DLC. What if it was downloadable, a PvP zone?
Yeah, no, that would be... Hey, guess what game did that? Neo.
Yeah.
Boom. I liked Neo more than Sekiro.
Wow. Really?
I think, also. Yeah. Neo is like really cool.
It is.
Like, it's like Diablo Dark Souls. It's fun. Like, even the thing like that really frustrated me in Sekiro was like, when you get into fights where the entire difficulty is there's just two dudes in here. Like, that's never fun in Sekiro, really. Like, it's just like, all right, I gotta wait for one of these to die and then do something. But there are some fights in like Neo where they have two people, and it's actually pretty interesting. Like, it'll be like, oh, this ninja who's really fast and is going to run up and try to slash you, but the other ninja, it's like the difference between the way that the Sekiro 2-on-1 fights are set up is like completely different from how Ornstein and Smo is set up. Like, I think Ornstein and Smo in Dark Souls 1 is set up in a really interesting way where it's like, you know, Ornstein and Smo do entirely different things. They're both trying to attack you, but they're doing it in a different way with recognizable patterns and stuff, and they have, like, weaknesses that the other tries to cover, so you can take advantage of them. And then, like, in Sekiro, it's just, you're fighting two of the same dude, like, multiple times in that game. And that's just, like, not really interesting. And that's how, like, I felt about Neo, was it's like, oh yeah, this ninja's go up fighting, trying to slash you, and the other one's, like, laying traps on the ground, or, like, throwing shuriken from a distance or something, so you could, like, try to leverage that. And you also had a bunch of different tools in Neo that didn't have a fucking cost associated with them to use.
So you felt more comfortable using your options.
Yeah, like... in Sekiro, oh, there's two dudes coming at me. I'm gonna pull out my fucking huge ass Odachi and just like sweep this giant sword around, and it's gonna knock both of them back at the same time. Like, that's like, you have that option to take advantage of. Whereas in Sekiro, if you want to say use the umbrella, you can only use it a certain amount of times per battle. And like, there were plenty of times in that game where I was stuck on a particularly hard boss, and I would just end up not having any of the item that you consume to use any of the tools in that game. So I was just stuck just using my sword over and over again. And it's like, for a game that really sells itself on this concept of you have all these tools, you have this prosthetic arm, and you can do crazy shit with it, it's like, you're not letting me do it, though. Like, I don't understand why. It's really weird to me. I don't know. It feels like a mess of a game, kind of, to me. I still think it's, like, good. I think there are moments in it that are very, very good. I really enjoyed the final boss fight, which was, like, just really concise samurai fight. Like, that was really fun. But, like, there's so much of that game that's just, like, really obvious stuff that should have been better. That they themselves have done better in the past, also, is kind of, like, where I'm like, why is it like this? Like, I don't know. Sekiro, Samurai, boom.
That's really interesting hearing just how it compares to its predecessors, and just there's some things you could have learned from and you didn't.
Yeah,
weird.
Like, it's just weird. Like we were talking about it with Pokemon. Like, it's just weird to see like a game come out after another game. Even like in this case, like significantly after the other game. Like Dark Souls was like 7 years ago, and just being like, well, that game did this stuff better.
They've forgotten how 2-on-1 encounters work.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just so weird. It's just I've
only played the 3-on-1 encounter you get like in, I think, Bloodborne, and that was awesome. That was actually one of my favorite boss fights. Again,
yeah,
that I got
exactly.
To.
It's the same thing, right? Where they all do different things.
And I got to choose which order I wanted to take them out in, and I changed it between my deaths and made it so that I was killing the ones that I understood their pattern better first, and then it was great.
Yeah, like the thing that's interesting with those fights is like you're actually learning the patterns and becoming better and like trying to figure out the right way to do it and stuff like that. Whereas like and they have their own difficulties associated with it in that process, but like the entire difficulty of all those fights in Sekiro is just, is the other dude dead? Okay, this fight is a cakewalk. And that's just like, that's the laziest design possible to me. Like that's what really frustrated me, is because like even Neo, which has a lot of those 2-on-1 fights, it was like, if you beat one of them, you're still gonna get fucked probably by the other one. Like the other one is doing their own shit, and it's like hard enough on its own. Like it just felt like really lazy to me. A lot of Sekiro just felt really lazy to me.
I saw someone who was using like an out of bounds glitch to go past a certain area because they didn't want to do that boss fight again. They'd already like beaten it or something, and they were just like, "Nah, I'm just not gonna do this fight." But it was really cool to actually start seeing like what some of the out of bounds glitches look like in this game. Yeah, because they're very awesome. Like you're just running on rooftops and like dipping in and out of the geometries real quick, and then continuing your path along like a weird stretch of things you shouldn't be able to run on, and then it looked awesome.
My favorite one was when you fight this man who's riding on a horse or whatever, you can like just jump up on the roof he's like, "You will not pass this gate," or whatever, and you jump up on top of the gate and you go into the corner and he just rides his horse off a cliff. Like just instantly. It was like, all right.
He's just like, "Well, you got past the gate. Bye."
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck."
Well, shit. I can't go home now. All right.
He's got to go home to his partner, and they're just going to be like, "How was work today?"
They got past the gate.
I'm gonna go take a bath. I'm pissed. All right. Well, speaking of finishing games, did I talk about beating DMC5 last week? I don't remember.
You did talk about it when we last left off on John's DMC5 adventures. You just finished the game.
Okay, well, I did that, and I've thought about the game more. So I guess I could just talk about how much I really, really like it, because I do.
Yeah.
I lent it to a friend a couple of days ago, just because I didn't even know that she was like into DMC, but she is, and I was like, "Oh shit, you are? All right, well here you could play this," and she was having a good time with it, and it was just fun watching somebody else play it, and giving them a couple of hints, because I guess it had been a while since she played it, so I was like, "Yeah, this is good rolls," and blah 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 blah. And, like, she got into it really quickly, and it was just, like, really fun watching someone else play and be like, yeah, look, I got an S rank already. Like, yeah, it was, like, it was fun. It was fun to watch that. And it just made me realize how much I really, really like that game. Because I do really like it. Probably once they're all done, with their turn playing it, I'm probably gonna pick it back up. I might play through it again, or might just mess around in Bloody Palace more, because I tried to do a Bloody Palace run as Dante, and I got to, like, level, like, 11 or something and died. So, you know, you gotta practice. Yeah, I get it.
What do you think of the way Dante plays, John? I don't think I was around when you had gotten to
I love
playing
it.
as
He's
him.
my favorite character to play as. Yeah,
Nice.
He's super, super fun. I just really appreciate, like, the freedom of it all. And I think that's the frustrating parts with the other characters, I feel like, where, like, I just wish Nero could switch devil bringers or whatever without breaking them.
Yeah.
If they just did that one thing, he might even be my favorite character over Dante. It's one thing.
Nero's actually my favorite character in 5, I think, once you get his devil trigger and everything. Because it, like, the stuff you can do with the arms, and that's kind of my frustration, is, like, all of the arms are so fucking cool and fun, and then, like, the way they made them into consumables is just
it's
weird to me. Like, it feels like a decision that would have been made for another game. I don't know. It's like they treated them like the way that Metal Gear Rising treats those, like, you know, throwing a shaft grenade or something, like in the middle of a fight, which those were like just little bonuses, whereas, like, that's like half of Nero's
Exactly,
kit.
yeah.
It's really weird. But I still, like, really fucking love using all of them, and, like, I don't really have that much of a problem with the, like, you have to use them in a specific order and stuff like that, because it lets you set up, like, oh, yeah, like, I set up my arms perfectly for this exact combo or whatever, but, like, you know, saying this right now, it wouldn't even matter if you could switch them out, because I could do that anyway, so they should have just, like, switched it out. Like, I have it set up so it's like, oh, yeah, like, on a Virgil fight, for example, as Nero, I shoot out Punchline, and then, like, use that to, like, whittle down his health enough, and then when he gets down into his knockdown state or whatever, I just put 3 fucking of the overture arms on him. Mm-hmm. Just, like, you know, like, set it to blow up or whatever. And then when you're, like, doing the Buster animation where you're, like, slashing the swords with him or whatever, they all blow up and just do an insane amount of damage. And that's really fun to do. I just really like doing stuff like that and figuring it out.
It would be more fun if you could do that without worrying about them all breaking, and, like, if you drop a combo or any kind of, like, other small thing.
I wish they were on a cooldown.
Yeah, a cooldown would have been really good. Something.
Yeah.
Something.
Same rotation, but they don't get consumed entirely.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a lot better, yeah.
Just like, that is my my 2 big complaints are just that, and they should have had Trish and Lady do more in the story. Like, those are my...
to be fair, they are going to do that Lady and Trish DLC, like, almost guaranteed. Like, it's in the files. So, like, maybe we'll get that. I worry slightly, but honestly, in DMC4 Special Edition, like, they both owned ass. Like, they were really fucking good, so...
Well, yeah,
I keep looking at Nero's kit, and it seems like artisanal almost. Like, it's not gonna be a great idea, but it's such an interesting one that you want to engage with it on its own level, like in a critical way. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the kind of stuff that's gonna inspire future designers. Even though it doesn't totally work here, it doesn't mean it won't work somewhere else.
Maybe.
I think it works enough.
Yeah,
that's
right?
what I think, because, like, I'm going fucking nuts over it. Like, I love playing all the Nero levels.
Yeah, no, I love that idea. I really think it sets a tone for, like, where they want DMC to go as a series.
There was this really great talk that they gave at GDC about Devil May Cry 5, and that I really liked a lot, because they specifically said, like, So like with most games, we want the player character to feel like they're strong, like about halfway through the story, and then you just sort of like sweep up to the end to see the resolution of the story or whatever. And then they're like, with Devil May Cry 5, we want you to be fucking at max power only at the very end, which is why they give Nero his devil trigger in the final boss fight of the game, and it like completely changes like how that character works, and it owns. And they also did a really cool thing of like, oh, they give Nero back his devil bringer from Devil May Cry 4, which was like Nero's entire thing in Devil May Cry 4 was that you could just have contextual attacks on every enemy in the game with this like one button press or whatever, and they just brought that back at the final boss fight, and then when you go through and play that game on other difficulties, you just have that by default, and it owns, like, it completely changes how that game feels, and you feel like really different and more powerful. And I think that owns.
That's great. Designing for the long game. For the new game,
exactly.
Technically.
Which is great for like a game like this, like a character action game, which is why, again, I agree with John that it's so frustrating that the system feels like it's not designed for this genre at all. Like it feels really weird and out of place. Almost like a Resident Evil 2 style decision, honestly.
Yeah, because like them bringing in like a new moveset for Nero after you've beaten the game for the first time, it's really embracing the Devil May Cry like coda of you're gonna fuck up a little bit when you're playing through it for the first time. The next time you play it, you bump up the difficulty and you have a way better grasp of it. That's just embracing it by being like, oh, by the way, also, you're not just gonna be playing the exact same thing again. You're gonna have more abilities. You're gonna be able to unlock more stuff this coming time. Like, there's just more to do and more available to you. So, just. It's all smart. It's all really smart game design. Just that one thing just should have been on a cooldown. His arm should have been on a cooldown.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm excited to see how Virgil plays when they finally put him in, because Virgil in Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition played like a dream.
I'm very excited for that because he's a dweebus and I want to hear all of his stupid lines.
I love him. Now I'm motivated.
I just want to press I just want to press the taunt button and hear him be like, "This is for stinky men, and I'm not one of them." And then he like
the flames of revenge.
And then he pats his hair.
Couldn't melt a marshmallow. Did you see the horrible thing that happens in Bloody Palace to Dante?
Yes, I did.
That's his taunt.
Yeah, so.
Oh, I hate it.
When you beat Bloody Palace as each of the characters, you unlock like a special taunt for each of them that I think boosts their attack when you do it. Yeah. And Dante's is just, he slicks his hair back like Virgil.
Oh,
it's really...
He says like, I bet you love this or something like that. And I'm like, no, I don't. Put it back. I think the funniest one is V getting a fucking lightsaber. Because he looks like Kylo Ren.
They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. They were just like, hey, let's put Adam Driver into our video game. It's fucked up, but it's true.
DMC5 is so fucking good. That's just been my prevailing notion. Is like, I was excited for Sekiro, and then it sort of let me down in some departments. And I felt the same way about Kingdom Hearts 3, where I was like, oh, misogyny, But like, DMC5 has some problems, but like the prevailing like fucking kick-ass nature of it is like, yeah, woo,
absolutely, it rules. Solon,
yeah,
what's something else you've been up to?
What's up at speaking of games that just keep getting hotter the more you play them, I actually haven't been playing a lot of games this week, but I did start getting back into my cardio routine.
Oh.
Which I've been doing. I did it last summer, and this year I decided I'm going to start it earlier. Now that it's starting to get warmer out, I can be in my garage more, where there's like a lot of space. And I popped in my favorite cardio activity, which is DDR. So I've been playing some DDR, doing a little dancing. When I was a kid, I... at one point I put like a spreadsheet together. I opened up Microsoft Excel. No, I did this in a Microsoft Word document. I like built a table out just for this, and I was trying to use like parent signed permission for the DDR that I was playing so often to get me out of gym, so that I would get PE credit for playing DDR, but that way I didn't have to go to gym class.
Word.
But I never followed through with it. Now I kind of wish that I don't think I actually played DDR enough for what they wanted. Like, it was supposed to be like, oh, you've got to fill 70 hours within a quarter of playing this video game. And I was just like, but I want to play Guitar Hero also. So we almost got there. I had a spreadsheet put together. I filled it out for like 4 days and then completely stopped and forgot about it as
isn't that how it goes?
Yeah, as teenagers do. But yeah, DDR Extreme 2 is kind of just my go-to on to prep for this podcast. I was like telling people to write in questions about DDR, and I was posting it on like Insta and Twitter, just videos of me on my what is it? It's a DDR pad, but it's not for like DDR. It's actually for like High School Musical 2, which is the best dance pad that I have right now.
That just sounds like the best dance pad in general, honestly.
It might be, except for when the right button doesn't work, which it has been doing more and more lately. And so I've got to try to figure out some way to find a new dance pad, I think. I think it's about time this one's got to be retired.
That's a shame.
That's what I've been up to lately. It's weird being a very growner, bigger adult than when I was originally playing this game.
Yeah.
It's a physical game. You get your body into it, and like my body is very different from when I was a teenager, and I've got the mental acuity to remember all of the old track listings and like how the tracks built together. And like, so I know what the next arrow keys are going to be. I know what arrows are coming next. And my body is just like not really responding the way I expect it to.
We're too old now.
And I'm like, oh, my body's a very different shape than when I was in high school and in sports and doing all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But it's also really fun. It maybe even more fun just because there's a whole new challenge to it. And I've started noticing more like, oh man, because I've like got my orientation, my dance pad is super close to the TV and also a little off to the right. It means that I'm leaning more on my left leg than my right leg, and I need to vary it up a little bit so that I'm doing cardio in a more balanced way. And like I started like just noticing all these things that I've learned from other rhythm games. Like, okay, I've got to keep my transfers much shorter, but I don't want to drag my feet along the dance pad because I don't want to break it. And so it's like, how do I move my feet in a fast way? In a way that my body will allow. Mm-hmm. So I've been having fun puzzle moments while doing my like cardio routine with all these songs that I've played like 4 billion times. And I keep wanting to be like, I should pop in a different DDR. And then I get back into it. I'm just like, no, we're doing the Fat Boy Slim song again. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby.
There you go.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. I don't know if you all have done much DDR, but it's been a lifeblood for me. It's really nice coming back to it after being away from it for forever.
Yeah,
I really liked whichever one had the Silent Hill soundtrack. They had like a few songs from Silent Hill 2 and 3 in there.
What? Like a remix of it?
There was one of them. It was at an arcade near me. I can't for the life of me remember. It might have been like 3. I think there was a 3 in it. I don't actually know. I could be completely off base. But they had like a couple Silent Hill songs on there, and I would just play those over and over again.
This track listing says Silent Hill 3rd Christmas Mix.
Uh-huh.
What? They had like...
Was this in Supernova? No way.
It was in...
DDR Max 2.
DDR Extreme.
Oh.
They had a couple of Silent Hill 3 songs. And I was just like, woo!
That sounds incredible.
It is. Well, they're really good because, I mean, they're like vocal tracks. They're just like, it's great.
Oh, I am actually getting it confused for an actual song called Silent Hill.
Oh, no.
That's a Christmas song that was in DDR Max 2. Because, yeah, you remember that from Silent Hill when they say, tonight is the night for I love yous. Wish we could have this feeling throughout the year. Christmas is here, Christmas is here.
That's Silent Hill 1. That's Shattered Memories and stuff like that. That's what that one is. Yeah.
Lights on the avenue all seem so far away. I'm up here drinking a toast to you on such a special day.
It was Supernova. I was looking because that was the in arcade game. Because the Extreme was a PS2 game. This would have been it. It was a Supernova.
I'll have to pop in Supernova. And I don't think I ever connected the dots.
304 songs.
Oh, that's a lot of songs.
Wow.
I don't know if that's going to be on the disc version of Supernova either, because there's the arcade version that's like jam-packed. It was like, everyone's here, put them all in. And the disc version was like, I have a bad relationship with the disc version. You pop it in, and it's right there. It's right there. The first song that they really put on there, it's Fall Out Boy, it's Dance Dance, and you're like, I'm gonna dance, and it plays the music video in the background, and it's really fun and cool. And then you realize you can't dance to this song because it is actually like 120 BPM. It's really fast.
Oh yeah,
and the track they put for it, even on like the easiest modes, is very difficult and makes you jump often while still doing all these fast footwork. And then by the time it's done, you're exhausted and don't want to play DDR Supernova anymore, ever. Because every time you come back, it's like, I'm gonna screw this up again. I'm just gonna play Fall Out Boy. I'm just gonna dance, and then drop.
Mm-hmm. Dance.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you for the update, Solon. Good luck with your routine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what I can do to maybe I'll mix it up with some Supernova and come back and see if that Silent Hill song's in there.
There you go.
Hell yeah, it's good. It's a good song.
Rose, do you have any other updates about stuff that you've played, perhaps?
Yeah. Fate. I played 2 Fate things. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, Niall, in advance. This will just be short and sweet. Y'all ever play Fate Extella? I know you probably haven't, so
nope.
But no, John, have you ever played Fate Extella?
I thought about buying a copy for Switch a couple of times, but I keep talking myself out of it because I don't want to have to explain it to people who come over to my apartment.
Oh yeah, understandable. Fate Extella is like one of the horniest games I've ever played, and not in like a presentation sense. Like, not in terms of visuals or, like, anything. It's because it's mostly a visual novel, right? It's a visual novel Musou game, like Dynasty Warriors and stuff. But the narrative is, like, half of it is straight up, like, Nero or Tamamo being like, it's fuck time.
Oh, this is the one where they, like, the chick says that she's going to step on you a bunch or something, right?
What?
There's
I don't know
definitely
about that,
some,
maybe?
Yeah. I've definitely seen screenshots of people being like, can you write this? Nintendo?
There's a lot of things in that game that's like, can you write this? Because it's like fucking nuts. It's really, really horny and like outrageously so. And like, you know, part of it's fine because you can play as a woman and you're married to them. So it's like, you know, hey, I'll take this, I guess. I kind of wish it was less horny. But Fate Extella Link, which I've been playing recently, it just came out like last month. It's not horny at all, pretty much.
Oh,
it's wild. It's like night and day. It's like you would be doing like something actually very serious, and Fate Extella, and like then like Tamamo would be like, now let's retreat to our bed, and I'll clean your ears. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Why is this happening to me? Help me. And then it would just have you like as a shot under her boobs or whatever. Not a good scene. Anyways, in Fate Extella Link, it's just normal. It's just all the characters still being like having their funny, like fun personality interactions. It feels a lot more like Fate Go, honestly. Mm-hmm. Like the good writing parts of Fate Go, where everyone's just being stupid assholes to each other all the time, and like translated into like, yeah, this Dynasty Warriors game, and we improved like the gameplay like 20 times over, and like everything's a lot better, and it's fun. I'm very impressed by it, honestly. Mostly because it's written by the same person. It's written by Nasu, the Fate default writer, who's a very horny man. But he apparently, like, the way I described it too was like Fate Extella feels like he was like edging for like the entire time he was writing that. Ooh. And then like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. And then Fate Extella Link was just like, he took a cold shower. It was a really cold shower, and he was just like, all right.
Before he comes to work every single day.
Yeah. He's writing it in the cold shower. It's like not even horny at all, which is like impressive because they still have like Tamo and Nero are like married to your character or whatever, and it's just like they're normal. It's fun to play games where characters aren't horny. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Wow.
Oh, I found it. This is the game that has the Fate Extella original has like the giant woman in it. That's what everyone's taking screenshots of.
It has this nightmare where at part of Fate Extella where she's like giant and she's asleep, and it's like, I'm going to do an adventure on her body, and I was like, I don't like this.
That's what I remember seeing now.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. I was horrified.
I know that's supposed to be horny, but that just reminds me of that old Tumblr post about like not being able to fuck Osmosis Jones. We're just like he wouldn't be able to fuck him. He would just go into your bloodstream and explore and have an adventure and learn a lesson.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. But yeah, and in another Fate news, I also purchased a Japanese Fate Go account.
So why would you do something like this?
Wait, what?
I was depressed.
Oh, okay. And
I wanted fulfillment through gacha.
Okay, so there's that part of it, but is there some other reason beyond that why anyone would want to buy a Japanese Fate Go account?
If you can read Japanese.
Can you?
Some. Enough to get through menus. But not enough to play because I can't read the story very well.
I was about to say, Rose, this isn't like...
Yeah, no. So I don't actually play. I just did it because I was depressed and wanted to roll gacha. And I should get this out of the way. The account costs $2.50.
Okay.
So, yeah. And that came with like 300 pulls of the gacha.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty reasonable and fun.
Yeah, so I was just like really depressed. And I was like, let's just see what it's like. And in doing so, I learned Japanese Fate Go's like in a much better place than North American Fate Go. Like the quality of life upgrades that they've done to that game are like substantial.
Whoa, that makes sense in a weird way.
Like they've set up like an achievement system where like they give you like gacha currency for doing like just. Like, hey, like, do the interludes for your characters or finish the story or whatever and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's huge. That's not in the English version?
No.
It's like
and they rerun, like, events, like, much better and, like, faster and, like, they do challenge events and, like, they have, like, a whole bunch of things in, like, the shop with thing that's not real money. Like, it's all in-game currency stuff. Like, there's a lot more to do. There's skins for every character.
You're talking about like core gameplay loop enhancements.
Yeah.
Wow.
All the animations are like 20 times better. Like I feel like I got the newest character they just added, Kama, the goddess of love or whatever. And like her like big giant attack is like a huge cutscene where like it ends with her just being a giant constellation in the sky murdering someone. And I was like, whoa.
I heard you say. I thought I heard you say common, and like they put common the rapper into the
that
game.
Would be interesting.
He's like, hey, we all get babes here or something? Is this Fate? What is this?
Yeah. So like between that and like they have stuff like multiple login campaigns now, and like that are like tied to events, and like you can like, so a thing that they do is like, oh, you just get a random material for 3 months. We're just gonna make it so every time you log in you get this random material, and that was stupid. And now it's just like, you get a coupon, you can trade for materials, whatever ones you need or whatever. It's like, and you do like the free friend point summon thing where it's just like a free gacha roll, and like you get stuff to level up your characters. Like, it's just like everything is way easier, and it's like, why don't we have this already? Please. Like, we're gonna have to wait like years at this point, basically, to get to where they're at. And it was stark. That's what I'm gonna say. It's like, wow, you never really know how bad you have it.
Hey, you really saw the grass was greener on the other side.
Yeah, like, for real. Like, I was just like, wow, okay.
Huh.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like, I don't know how much I'll end up doing with that account anyways. It was just interesting just to see, like, oh yeah, they have so much more stuff going on. Like, characters do a lot more interesting, like, moves and stuff like that. Like, it feels like they really, like, leaned into doing stuff. And I'm just like, oh, please come to North America already. Please. I'm dying.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for the Fate update, Rose.
Oh, you're welcome.
Niall, please direct all of your energy at Rose. Fire your beam at her, please.
Yes, I'm sorry.
But once you're done, you can shoot me, because I'm gonna real quick talk about Smash.
Hey!
real quick. So there hasn't been a Nintendo Direct yet. It's probably going to happen, like, in the next week, because, you know, everyone's going to keep saying it doesn't have to happen, but look, it's 2 months till E3, and they have release dates to confirm for stuff that's coming out in June. They're going to have a Nintendo Direct. So, of course they're going to talk about Smash Bros. Stuff during this Direct, because, hey, Joker's supposed to be out by the end of the month. We're about halfway through the month. Hello.
Right, it's gotta happen.
Yeah, so they leaked something on accident, it seems. They posted a bunch of new commercials that are just like, here's some fun ways to play Nintendo Switch, you know, all that shit. And one of them was about a kid playing Smash Bros. And unlocking Inkling, and then getting really good at playing as Inkling, and then everyone's like, wow, you're good at Inkling, that's so cool.
It was a really cute commercial. It was very, like, little brother related feelings.
Mm-hmm. So, right at the beginning, it shows the kid, like, walking up to the Switch to grab the controller, and it shows the menu of Smash in the menu that you go into where you pick, like, you know, classic mode and all that shit, and right underneath, right in an area that normally doesn't have anything in it, there's a stage builder button. So,
and it clearly says stage builder. Like, you can just read it straight up on the screen.
It's like slightly blurred out, but it's absolutely not blurred out enough. It's just, oh hey, stage builder.
Completely unintentionally. Like, you can tell, like, the screen that they have it on for this commercial is exactly the screen the kid wanted to be at, because the whole narrative arc was that he was struggling to defeat Inkling, to be able to play as Inkling, and so he was going into the challengers, like...
This challenger approaching button, yeah.
That one. And right there on the exact same screen happens to be on the build that they were shooting this commercial on, happened to have
stage
like
builder.
You could tell this was completely unintentional. This was not like something where they were like, oh, we're gonna leak it here, or something where it was like, we leaked it here, let's like blur it out really hastily. No, it was none of that. It was just like, it happened to be there.
Yeah.
They filmed this build like this is some kid in Redmond or something, and his parents are filming this Nintendo of America commercial.
Yeah, so this is not really a surprise. Some data miners have found files that pointed to Stage Builder like a couple of weeks ago. They also found some files pointing towards Home Run Contest, so I would say that's probably also coming back. But, you know, like, I think they said that they were going to be adding new modes with the 3.0 update, and that is probably going to drop at the same time as Joker. So I would think they're probably just going to be like, hey, we're showing off Joker gameplay. By the way, he's available right now. So that's probably what they're going to do next week, I would think.
But they don't really have many other options, so...
No, I mean, like, they have until the quote-unquote end of April to do it, unless they delay him, which they can. But, you know, I feel like I really feel like they're going to have a direct very, very soon. It makes sense, because Mario Maker 2 is coming out, like, right before E3, so it's not like they're going to have another, like, opportunity to announce when that game is coming out. Because if it's a month before E3, are they really going to have, like, a big direct where they have a bunch of release dates? No, they wouldn't. So it has to be in the next week or two. It absolutely has to be. I mean,
when did Atlas say they were announcing information about P5 RS
like the end of the month, which...
I thought it was like the 21st or something.
Something like that. So I guess that would that might be it. So it might not be next week. It might be the week after, because that might just be when the direct is, and that might be when they confirm Jane or whatever she's gonna actually be called in the female version of Joker. We'll find out more soon, I guess.
Harley.
Yeah.
Call her Harley.
No. Fucking Batman will come and smack everybody at Nintendo and Atlas. And then real quick, this is just an interesting little tidbit. This isn't exactly like oh my god, this is a huge bit of news here, but a lot of people are very aware of Evo Moment 37, which is what a lot of people consider to be the greatest moment in fighting game history, when Daigo Umehara and Justin Wong were playing Third Strike back at Evo 2004, and Daigo did the amazing parry where he blocked every single hit from Chun-Li's super and then turned it around and used his own super and won. And if he had gotten hit once, he would have lost the match, but he turned it around and won.
That's not a little news. This is big news. This is some of the like coolest stuff that's ever happened, caught on film.
So, of course, there was video of that. You know, the reason why it's called Moment 37 is because there were they would record special moments from Evo and upload them, and this was the 37th one that they uploaded. And hey, it's still considered one of the best ones. You know, nowadays people will just, you know, it's all streamed out, so everyone can just post all the moments that they want to post everywhere. There's thousands of moments now. You can't just capture that. But Moment 37 is iconic. It's forever. So Mark Mann, the great Mark Mann, Mark Giulio, posted on his YouTube channel an alternate angle of Moment 37. Let's see here. Ace R took this footage from almost front row center to just record. You get to hear a bunch of people in the audience reacting to the fight. You get to see a lot more of the lead up to the moment, and then you're just right in the thick of it when it happens, and you just hear the crowd erupt. You can definitely hear the crowd freaking out in the original footage, but in this one you are dead center in the middle of it, and you just get to feel that surge of, oh my god, he's doing it, yeah! So, absolutely look it up. It's on Mark Mann's YouTube channel. It's really, really interesting to see this classic bit of gaming history just preserved in a different way. Just, you get to hear the crowd's reaction to Moment 37. It's really cool.
It was cool. They found, it was on a old DVD they had laying around, or a CD or a tape or something, and they unearthed it and found it, and it was just kind of this glowing moment where it's oh, this, we captured this. We actually found that footage. We didn't lose it like we thought.
It's very cool. I'm very happy that Mark Mann uploaded that. It's very nice. I think he's also just in general doing a lot of old school fighting game community archival Like, I think he's digging around for old videos and, like, archiving some old forums and stuff like that, which is really neat. So, good on you, Markman, for all the work that you're doing for preservation. I will always be down with going back and keeping the history alive, because it's good to know your past so you can build on it and move towards the future to make it better. Speaking of changing the future, Solon, there's some big change options coming up that people can finally get access to. Is there something you want to talk about?
Big changes! Yeah, it's funny how big of a deal it is, because it absolutely is, but you can finally change your freaking name on PS4. You can finally change your PlayStation Sony account name. So from everything that I've read, supposedly it's still like has a small chance of melting everything, and you'll no longer be able to grow crops in your backyard if you change your name, and your hair will suddenly turn bright orange if you change it. Like, there's like a lot of like folklore about the things that can happen if you change your PSN ID. So far, though, everything that I've heard, this is like a free change that you can make on your PlayStation account to change your name for whatever reason. And there's been a lot of really cool like reasons that people have changed their name, because, you know, we've grown as people over the years. I think the funnest one was Boss Tones, our friend Boss Tones tweeted today, was thinking about changing my PSN name since, you know, we get this free PSN name change now. But I just joined a game of Apex with 2 randos, and one of the randos just shouted, "Yo, Tony Hawk Pro Skater! Fucking love those games, dude!" So maybe I'll just keep it Tony Hawk Pro Skater for a little while longer.
Yes, so I will say the first name change is free. I think you have to pay like $5 or $10 if you want to do any more of them.
Yeah, it's $10 after that.
Isn't it? Is it $5 for PS Plus members or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad that it's happening. I did see that it's like some DLC might not work, or it's because Sony like tied a lot of your purchases and your like details to a bunch of numbers that were then tied to your PSN account, your PSN name. So
yeah, that was a whole like old PS3 stuff, especially because I'm pretty sure the whole idea was that they wanted your like ID to be a central figure in video games. Like literally in like the video games you played, where you would like have your account ID tied to in-game stuff, which wasn't really a great thought out plan for future-proofing it. But.
Yeah, it's a good idea in theory, but like, hey, you know, new consoles come out, different things, you want to purchase different things, you want to play different games. You just want to change your name for either serious or not serious reasons. Like, I definitely know plenty of people who just, you know, don't like their username anymore and want to change it, but don't want to lose their account information. And I also definitely know a lot of people that, you know, like either like transitioned or changed their names, just a bunch of different things. And it's just like, yeah, I don't want this associated with me anymore. And they're happy that they're able to do it, but it was just really sad that it took them so long, and B, you hope that they didn't lose any games that they were still playing or DLC that they really loved, because they shouldn't do that. I would at least hope that Sony would, you know, if you lose access to a DLC or something like that, they can at least, you could call them up and be like, hey, I had to change my name. Can you give me the game, the DLC? And hopefully they can do that at least, or something. But
well, to put some of the like folklore to rest, the way that I understand how it works is that there's some content that can't be accessed under that PSN ID. And so their clunky kind of forced way of making it work is that it will work if you are changed back to the original alias ID, which you can totally do. Or it's either that, or it's the games that need that just automatically keep it as that ID. And so like you kind of are softly like under the public layer known as that other ID as well. So I'm still
scared to do it.
It's
personally,
yeah.
Like, I want to, because I think I've made my horror stories known with dealing with online games on PSN with the name Horn Girl. Like,
yep.
Every time I do anything, it's just a message. It's like, you horny? You're so beautiful. How are you so good at Destiny 2, babe?
Oh, no.
Every time I play. Just every time. And that's like, so when they announced the name change, I was like, oh, sick. And then immediately was appended with the, by the way, you might lose some shit. And I was like, oh.
I don't think you'll lose anything. At least, like, I don't want to say that you won't lose anything, but, like, it's such a scary thing that's like a tiny asterisk on everything. I think it's worth it to change your name to
I think they might have a list of games that it affects, so I would Google that and just be like, oh, hey, do I have any of these games, or do I care about it? Do I care about any of these games right now? Like, I'm sure that it's probably just a couple of, like, obscure games that might fuck up or something. I don't know.
Or it's going to be like Metal Gear Solid 4 and some of those, like, really early PS3 adopting games that just wanted to try to do everything.
Yeah.
And be everything.
That. And then it's just like, oh, cool, I have an excuse to replay Metal Gear Solid 4. Rose, so, we had some good news right there. Do you want to tell us about the bad news from this week?
Yeah, so, was it 2 weeks ago now? I think at this point, the BioWare article by Jason Schreier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Came out on Kotaku. Talked about the issues developing Anthem and the bad work environment around BioWare, not just EA at large, though they certainly didn't help, but the higher-ups at BioWare kind of messing things up. Put out another article this week about Dragon Age 4, which was kind of... basically, the biggest thing about it was, like, Dragon Age 4 got completely restarted, like, last year. It was going to be like a heist-style game where you were like basically just in very small quarters, which I would have much appreciated after Inquisition, where you were just in giant open-world maps all the time that just sort of had nothing in them. You were supposed to be like in like a lot smaller quarters, making a lot more choices and stuff like that, and doing like a lot of like, you know, the politics stuff that everyone likes in the BioWare games. But then that got canceled. And they had to completely restart from the beginning, using Anthem as a base.
Oh, no.
And I think the specific line they said with Dragon Age 4, what they're going to have to do is toe the line between the live service model and the RPG format BioWare fans love, which just gave me like, that's the worst feeling.
That was an absolutely chilling statement to read.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
I mean, especially like, coming from Jason, who is like a BioWare expert. He gets all the insider information because he was the one who was like writing the book on
exactly on Inquisition and stuff.
Yeah. And so he knows all of these folks. He's definitely like close to that group. And so, yeah, just hearing it from the expert on things, he's trying to be very optimistic about it too. As much as anyone can be about hearing that your classic RPG style franchise, one of the flagships of your company, is changing its service model entirely to something that doesn't work based on the game that was just released a month ago.
And not even that, like, you want to look at the problems with Dragon Age Inquisition, a lot of it was tied to the fact that they had to waste their time working on fucking the multiplayer mode that no one I know has ever played. I didn't even touch it. Like, it's... I feel like this is a consistent thing throughout the industry, but, like, the upper staff of every fucking studio needs to be fired. Mm-hmm. Just fire them. I don't want to sound like I'm being sweeping or like rude or something, but like there's too many of these stories. It's clear that like the people who are in charge of all of these gaming companies, especially the big ones, just don't know what they're doing.
Well, it's not even that they don't know what they're doing. They have no interest in making good video games.
It's not even like
it feels
I wouldn't
like
even
they want to make services that people
Yeah,
trade
but even
currencies
then,
on and then give them their money.
They don't even know how to do that right either. Like, if you want to say that they're doing that like as their job, they're not doing that well either. Like, you look at like how EA just constantly bleeding all of these companies because they keep forcing them into following the same molds over and over again. It's baffling because like you can look at any other major company and they have like, besides maybe, well, no, even Activision to an extent. Like, you look at like, it's Ubisoft and EA that are the worst about it. Like, a lot of studios these days, like, they have, you know, look at Nintendo, right? They have like their big multiplayer game with Smash or whatever, and then they'll just do like a single player game like Mario or Zelda or whatever. And like, it's weird to see them be like, oh no, nothing is holy here. Like, everything needs to be the same exact format for maximum money, even if it doesn't make sense. Like, I wouldn't even say it's impossible to deliver an RPG narrative through a live service model. I mean, you know me, I love Final Fantasy XIV, and that's basically what they do. Like, every few months they update the story. But like with that, there's like a lot more going on, and the content's built around that. Whereas these are games that are supposed to be single player games, basically being like forced into this mold that they will never actually be able to fit into. And it sucks ass. I hate it. I want it to stop. I don't know why, like, you keep seeing, like, all these big successes, like, Resident Evil 2 is just a huge fucking success. DMC5 was just a huge fucking success. Like, and those are games that are just concise and done. They don't even have multiplayer elements, really. DMC5 kind of does, I guess, but... like, it's just so weird, especially... it's just really... thinking about Dragon Age 4 being like, we're using Anthem as the base, it's like, oh.
And the hardest part about all of that is the bottom line for like why this whole article even came out on Kotaku was that they were confirming that this game is not coming out for a long, long time.
Yeah, basically.
They were saying, hey, by the way, update on Dragon Age 4, we're at square one.
Yeah, I mean, that they weren't even supposed to put out the Dragon Age 4 trailer that they did at the fucking VGAs or whatever. Like, apparently, I remember reading that in the first story, like, that they just did that. And we're like, yeah, we should do this. And it's like, well, should you do that? I don't know about that.
The things that are in that trailer are probably not going to be in the game. And it would be you'd be hard-pressed to find that stuff there.
It's just so depressing to read, like, the idea that they had this really good Dragon Age product being made, and, like, it sounded really good. Like, that sounds like the exact sort of thing that would have been outside of BioWare's more recent wheelhouse, and, like, more traditional, and, like, even innovative in a sense with the way their design has been. And then, like, oh no, everyone who was working on that project needs to come put out the fire on Anthem right now. They need to come. Yep. They need to come work on Anthem now instead.
And like, there was a part of Jason's article that I thought was interesting was that the people that were interviewed for this, when they talked about the original development of Dragon Age 4, they were like, oh, this is going to be the best game ever. We had to stop working on something that I had an incredible time working on. It was some of the best times I've ever spent making games with people. We weren't on a huge time crunch. And I was like reading all these things. I'm like, yeah, that's why it was probably the best time ever. You weren't on a huge time crunch. You were getting to build what you wanted to. And then that was all taken from you. So I'm almost worried like they're overselling what Dragon Age 4 used to be or could have been. Because the bottom line is like that's just not what they were going to get. And so I kind of feel a little bad for all those developers. But also I'm like, yeah, the hard part about development hadn't started yet on that project. So we might have just ended up at this point anyways, even if everyone got spun off. It didn't get spun off onto other projects and had to put out the fires on Anthem and everything else that BioWare had to go through during that time. And so, yeah, it was weird seeing, it was cool seeing Jason write about devs having a good time and enjoying their work, even though it was in the past tense. But now hearing what they have to say about Dragon Age 4 as it is now, and a lot of those developers are like completely different developers because people have just left or moved on between the time of before Anthem and after Anthem development, because it was a couple years of time between those.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, no, it's like, regardless, it was going to be a different game from there. And so I don't want to totally look at this through like rose-tinted glasses, like, oh, it was going to be such a great time then. Why isn't it now? I don't know. There's a little bit of that I want to kind of diffuse.
It's just like, it's just depressing because like I feel like I have a girlfriend who really, really loves BioWare games. Like she even went crazy over Andromeda is how much she likes them.
Yeah.
Like she like was like, oh, there's just like there's problems with this game, but like at the core it's still like that experience that I really like, and it does a lot of cool things that I really appreciate, but this stuff is all ruining it. And it's like the idea that like they were on the track to basically making something that was free of all those things that people really were like feeling like were obstructions to the good stuff, and then like no, it's just like got to go back to one that makes the obstructions even larger is like so depressing. I hate it's I'm glad for the rise of indie developers is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Like
I will
it
say,
sounds very. Oh, go for it, John.
I will say it's. I wonder how things will shake out. Now that, because we haven't seen it yet. I think maybe by the time this is out, we'll see it. But that new Jedi game that I think Respawn is making.
oh yeah, it's on Unreal, right?
It's on Unreal, and they keep like banging the drum of this isn't going to have multiplayer. This isn't going to have microtransactions. This is a single player game. I wonder how that's going to shake out. If that is a big...
And if it could set a good precedent?
Yeah, like if it's a big success, if like a bunch of people react well to it, is that going to make them restart Dragon Age 4 again? Like, what's going to happen?
I mean, that's what it needs right now. Because I'm pretty sure the last like time that BioWare got to do the single player thing was Mass Effect Andromeda. Mm-hmm. Where they got to do that kind of like single player thing. And what happened then was they were like, oh, instead of being like, oh, we kind of spun this out into weird ways that we probably shouldn't have with live systems. And instead they were like, oh, single player RPGs, I can't do those. That doesn't make money. Mm-hmm. And so like the wrong thing got the punishment. And so if I wanted to get really dire about this, that's what I'm most afraid of, is that Dragon Age 4 is going to come out as like this bloated live service thing, and then immediately they're going to turn around and be like, we can't do one player RPGs, like they don't sell at all.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, that happens way too often, where it's just instead of punishing a bad game for being bad, they punish a bad game by punishing the genre, and it's not fair.
It's just insane to me because it's like we've like look at Dragon Quest. That was just a huge financial success, like over here for the first time ever. Yeah, like fucking, it's so stupid. I just don't understand why. Like I was thinking back about Dead Space again earlier today.
Yeah,
and just how like gradually like realizing like EA and the people that end up being in charge of EA Studios have no fucking clue. Like they have just no idea of what's actually successful about anything, and they just it's so
How does that relate to Dead Space? Just to
so like Dead Space 3,
yeah,
Dead Space 1 was supposed to be like Alien.
Yep.
You know, it's like Alien, and then Dead Space 2 was Aliens, and then Dead Space 3 was supposed to be like The Thing, except it was nothing like The Thing because it was all like you played in co-op and like you do like crafting with microtransactions and timers and a fucking like nightmare hellscape, and the main antagonist is a giant moon, and it's like what the fuck? I don't know. I'm sorry, a bunch of giant moons, and it was just like seeing like them talk about meetings and be like, they just really wanted it to become this explosive action adventure.
Yeah, and they played Minecraft once.
It's like fucking sucks ass, man. But even then you could see the developers trying to do something cool with it. Like one of my favorite things that they did was in the co-op for Dead Space 3, they did something where different players would have different hallucinations and stuff. They would see different things happening on their screen than the other person. And that's like really cool for a horror game, right? Where you can be like, oh, did you see that? And your friend's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like that experience is great for a horror game. And they managed to work with that somehow.
Yeah.
And then the fucking people in charge still fucked them over. Like you can't fix like when you're given something that's so broken and guidelines to just keep making it into this broken thing. Like you can't even fix it. You can't even fucking fix it. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Indie games. I'd say real quick. You know, it's a good game. Risk of Rain 2.
Uh-huh.
That's just Risk of Rain again, and then they did it fun and cool. And it's just like, wow, they translated this experience perfectly, and they know exactly what makes their game good.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. That's good.
And it's like, why do indie developers? I mean, I shouldn't say why do indie developers. Like, obviously, indie developers just have like more control over their own stuff, and I would say probably a better experience than with like, you know, getting access to creative, or like, exercising control over their own creative impulses and stuff like that. So you end up with a lot more interesting things without having to follow guidelines. But it's like, it's wild how like since the like 2010s, I would say indies have just been completely eating big companies' lunches like all the way. Like, I hope they just eat the whole industry.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it. You know, I guess I just wanted to touch upon that I am doing better at Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm learning it, and it's fun. I almost want... I had a fucked up experience at Yu-Gi-Oh! Last night.
Yeah, you did.
I had a legitimately fucked up experience. So... every week, you know, I enter the tournament, which is just like the casual local tournament. You play for a couple of rounds. If you win it, you get some like money from the store, whatever, like money, like in-game or in-store currency and all that shit. Of course, I don't do that well. I do okay sometimes, but I'm probably not gonna win any fucking awards yet, you know. So, I enter the tournament. I sit down. First round. And I look around, I notice that that my opponent has not shown up yet. And I look and I'm like, what's going on here? All of a sudden, this little kid who could not have been older than like 6 walks over and sits down in front of me, and I'm like, oh no. Oh no. I want to be nice, but this is a tournament. I can be as nice as I want to this kid. Other people aren't going to be as nice, you know? They want to win. Like, money's on the line. Like, literally, money is technically on the line here. So, I start... I think I go first. I do what I do. You know, I summon what I summon. Kid starts off, and he just puts a blue eyes down. Like, no tributes,
Hell
nothing.
yeah.
He just puts a blue eyes down. And I'm sitting there like, okay, alright, you can do what you want. Like, I'm just like, it's okay, you can do what you want. The game keeps going, and he doesn't do, like, anything really. Like, he doesn't attack, he doesn't, like, do anything, he just, like, sits there, and eventually time just starts to run out, and I'm just like, I'm just sitting here, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And the kid...
Are you in awe of his cards? The Blue Eyes White Dragon, it's right in front of you.
But the kid's getting, like, really upset, and then his dad just comes over and, like, looks at me, looks at his kid, and then tells the kid that he's got to leave.
Oh,
and
time to go home, time to go to bed,
Yeah, I think the dad did not understand what kind of event this was. Like, maybe the kid went to, because there was like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Day thing that was like way more casual a couple of days ago, where it was just supposed to be like, come on in and we'll teach you how to play. But it's competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Tonight, and your 7-year-old is not going to mesh in with all of these college kids, you know? Like, it's not fair to your kid. Like, it was not great. So I felt really bad. But, I didn't know what to do. I felt really, really bad.
Dang, you killed a kid at Yu-Gi-Oh! You bound his soul to a trading card.
It's probably my most shameful W I've ever gotten, because, I mean, I won, he walked away, so...
Okay, good, you did win, though. Okay,
I won.
Make sure.
But... You
reported that to the tournament organizer. I said, I beat the 7-year-old kid. I beat him.
No, I walked up to the tournament organizer and I said, the dad just came up and took the kid home, and they were just like, well, okay. And like, I talked to them for a minute about it, and I was like, I feel so bad. I was because I explained, like, I was sitting there trying to explain how the stuff works, but he just wasn't really doing anything. Like, he was just like sitting there staring at the cards, like staring at me, and I was just like, I don't know, like I was trying to be like, you know, you can attack, you can do this, like, do you have any cards that you can play? Because it's like, I couldn't like get up and look at his hand and like tell him what to do, because like, I'd get in trouble for that, you know?
Right.
But it was just like, it was impossible. It was absolutely impossible to handle. I felt so bad. But, yeah, I mean, I technically won another match because the dude went home early, but that was it.
Wait, so this happened
a couple
twice?
Of times, which is exciting. I know that saying getting close doesn't mean anything, because it really doesn't, but I legitimately am learning my deck, and there's some holes in it that I do wish I could patch up, but those holes are holes that are to like $100, so I can't really.
Yeah,
but, you know, I don't know. I think I'm doing some neat stuff, because I actually did a mirror match against somebody else who was playing basically the same deck as me, but some of the cards that I was using were different and really threw him off. And he was like really upset about it. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'm doing different stuff. People don't know what I'm doing. And it works. It's not just like, oh, I'm just throwing in stuff that doesn't really work. Like, I made some good moves. And the dude was like, wow, that was a good moves. And I was like, yeah, thank you. Like, I like if every time I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like last night, I would be so happy, because everyone I played against that wasn't 7, I mean, the kid was nice, but, but like the other adults that I played against were very nice. They had advice. They were just like, yeah, I mean, obviously they weren't like helping me during the match or anything like that, because obviously they can't, because, they don't want to lose, A, and B, they don't want to cheat. But like, after the match, they'd be like, yeah, like, it would have been a good idea to do this, and then, like, the next match, I did that, and I did better. So, like, that's the kind of stuff that I want to have when I'm playing a game like this. I want to have a good experience. I want to meet people that understand that I'm not that knowledgeable yet. Like, I want to learn. I would happily sit down and be like, okay, yeah, so I should be using this card then, not later. Because that's my big problem, is just that I just have, like, not just spaces in the deck where I could fill it with better cards, but also just knowledge that I don't know if I should pop this now or use this effect later or what. Like, that's really my problem. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah, you're in the good spot. You're in the learning spot.
Absolutely. So
can only go up from here.
Yeah, I'm excited to learn more.
And most importantly, everyone at this tournament, as is now tradition with Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments, everyone came and showered.
Mm-hmm.
They all were ready for the tournament.
I mean, mostly.
I imagine the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament just kind of looking like professional WWE wrestler Roman Reigns. Just like they show up to the card shop and dripping hair to like prove their worth. Like, aha, yes, I am fresh.
It's less about proving that you're fresh and more your stench. But, you know, I will say there is still one dude that's still really stinky. I was going to trade with him, and I saw a card that he had that I wanted, and when I was going to trade it, I took out, because it was in a folder, like in a binder, and then in a sleeve. So I was looking at the binder, I was like, oh, I would like to trade for that card. I went and I started to pull it out of the binder, and as soon as I started to pull it out, I noticed that the entire inside of the sleeve was caked in mold.
Oh, no.
And I just slid it back in, closed the binder, handed it over, and I said, actually, I think I'm good. So, I don't even know how the fuck that happens. Does the dude live in a swamp? I mean, it smells like it. You know?
That actually kind of sounds like it would be like a uniquely Florida kind of thing. Just because of how humid it is. And it's hot.
Maybe.
Like, I could totally understand, like, yeah, a card sleeve probably could get moldy if in the right conditions.
I mean, yeah, it's just, look, you know, I am not going to judge someone on something that I truly believe they can't fix. If there is something, you know, if you are in a poor financial space, if it is something mental, if there is a reason why you cannot bathe, I can understand. But this guy has enough money to buy plenty of expensive Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You can spend that money on some fucking shampoo and soap and take a shower. Like, that is, and you can put your cards somewhere that doesn't make them rancid and covered in mold. Like, you're fine, dude. Take better care of yourself and your items.
Yeah, now I'm just wondering, I wonder if my card protectors are actually protecting my cards, and like, they're supposed to protect from like the basic elements, but mold can legitimately get into those kinds of places.
I mean, just as long as they're not being kept somewhere that's overly humid, I would think you're fine.
And they don't have like liquid in them or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, just be careful.
Be careful, it's Yu-Gi-Oh!
Just be careful! Alright, let's move on to questions, folks.
Yay!
If you want to send in a question, it's videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. Just send it in. You can be anonymous, you can send it whenever you want. It doesn't have to be day of. Remember that. Anonymous asks, which video game characters would be members of Greenpeace? I don't know.
Greenpeace, the activist.
Does Greenpeace even exist anymore?
I think so. Every party member in FF7.
That's and 13.
I mean, they basically already are, right? In FF7, like Avalanche.
Yeah, it's an environmentalist group. Kinda, I think.
There you go. There's one answer, I guess.
I was about to say like Captain Olimar, but maybe not actually. Very for plants, but
no, yeah, he's imperialist.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yes? What? He's like going to other worlds and appropriating their goods for like his own ends and money.
Originally it was out of survival, but
it was out of survival, but ultimately he turned it into a lucrative like business model for himself without any care for the Pikmin. Think how many Pikmin die for him.
Yeah, there's no peace there. It's definitely not green.
No.
Hang on. I don't know if I like this. Because, look, listen. Listen. The Pikmin choose to help Olimar. They want to help him.
Yeah, they're good people. He's not.
He takes care of them how he can.
Yeah, until 20 end up dead and he goes, oh, inevitable.
I don't think he says that.
But he can also grow 30 more immediately, and that's kind of
that replaces the lives lost. You're right.
I'm just saying the Pikmin understand that part especially. Also, I'm not totally sure if the Pikmin are a hive mind of sorts, which would change the ethics of that a lot.
I think they are.
I don't know. They are kind of wandering off on their own sometimes, and they get lost and they get stuck on their own.
Yeah, you're right. The hive mind kind of has a little bit of fracture room.
So this can be argued, but my other argument is I think Olimar collecting the treasures from the planet, that's just garbage to the planet. He's repurposing garbage. He's recycling. That's what he's doing. I don't think
materials that could not be broken down by the Earth. That is why they're there.
I don't think that's evil at all. He's recycling.
All right. Well, I'm just saying maybe he should do it on his own next time. Or maybe he should give the Pikmin a little cut.
You know, he gives the Pikmin nectar. I think, yeah, he helps the Pikmin get nectar.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, Pikmin get a nectar. Boss gets a fucking vector. That's how it goes.
A what?
I don't know. I was trying to rhyme. I don't. They get some fucking nectar. Olimar gets to go home and like run a fucking nectar factory. Basically, like he just gets fucking profit off of all this bullshit while they're getting little dimes.
And that's why Pikmin shit on company time.
Yeah, exactly. They do. In fact, yeah.
Look. Olimar's not that bad, okay? He's just doing what he has to.
He's like a quarter size.
No, you're right. Mario's worse, okay?
Wow.
Like, I'll agree with you there.
Super
Mario?
Come on. Mario's a fucking pig. He's an imperialist pig, like, actually. Like, he's going around and, like, anytime anyone's like, oh, I don't like the fact that there's a queen, he's like, well, too bad, buddy.
He just goes, Mamma Mia, and then that's it.
And then he jumps on their head and kills them.
I mean, he only does that when he's not pissing. So if you come up to him and you're
I hate Mario.
If you come up to him and you're like, hey, Princess Peach sucks while he's pissing, he's just like, well, that's your opinion and I'm okay with it. And then he just keeps pissing. What the hell are you doing?
Stop.
So you are saying that Luigi would be a member of Greenpeace?
Greenpeace?
Oh, I'm sorry, Greenpeace.
Yes.
I hope he's not a member of Greenpeace. He's got to go to the doctor if he's got Greenpeace.
Mamma mia.
Oh, mamma mia. I got to the Greenpeace. I think the ultimate question is which Mario character would definitely have green piss, and I think the answer is absolutely Wario.
Wario, yeah.
Wario. You don't think Wario thinks of his body as a temple?
Well, he does eat a lot
No.
of garlic, and that is pretty healthy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like I feel like he thinks like he may be like a shitbag, but I feel like he's the type of dude who's like, no, listen, my body's a temple. Like I don't let any foul things in there.
I
Only
don't
things
believe
are
that
good
he's
for
ever
it.
drank water in his life.
What do you think he has?
I think he just chugged soda.
I think he just.
All right, well, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
Some people just do that to cope. And
I think he just drinks soap.
Very clean.
Oh boy. I would say I could just see like one of the Persona characters just like getting wrapped up in working for Greenpeace for a little bit.
yeah, that's a social link,
Yeah.
right? Like,
just Joker just
and then at the end, the end of it, the main character teaches them that they shouldn't care about the environment. Actually, they need to care about themselves.
oh, you know what? You're right. It's a lot more important to focus on me instead of picking up garbage off the side of the road, even though I could do both at the same time.
You know what? You're right. It's stupid to care about society when they don't care about me.
Thanks, Tom.
That's Persona 4, to be fair. Persona 5, I feel like, would have been better about
Yeah.
that.
So Joker would be better about it, but fucking Narukami would just be like, "Hey, you want to go back to my place and make out instead of
Fuck
saving
the
the environment?" All right. Anonymous asks, with the rise of digital marketplaces, many titles that have been tragically removed from all stores either as the result of iOS compatibility or licenses ending. What's a game we've lost that you wish people could still buy?
The Muscle March on Wii.
That's
What's
a good-
the Muscle Man game?
Yeah, Muscle March.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
That's
there's
exactly,
a lot of
yeah.
WiiWare games. I mean, I just before anyone else says it, we should just like Scott Pilgrim, obviously.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim's the big one.
Remember how right before they got rid of Scott Pilgrim, they made fucking online multiplayer DLC?
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck, man.
It sucks. One of them that I'm glad that it used to not be available, but it is again, was Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3. That one was not one was not available for a really long time, and then they re-released it on PS4, which that's amazing.
They did that right before Infinite, right?
It wasn't right before, like, but it was when they when they announced Infinite.
Yeah, it was when they announced it. Yeah.
So hell, even if Infinite's not that great, hey, at the very least it brought Ultimate Marvel 3 back, so it's good for something.
My two are they're the same game basically, but it's Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles My Life as a King and Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles My Life as a Dark Lord. Both of those games are so good. I love them. They're so cute and they're so fun.
Yeah, they're not around anymore, are they?
No. Have you played those?
No, I haven't played them. I was interested in playing them. I just didn't have access to anything to play it on.
Yeah, it was a WiiWare game.
Yeah. Luckily, I mean, what you can do is people backed up like a ton of the WiiWare games, and I think those were in there. So, like, hey, you can run it on Dolphin or something.
Okay, that's kind of what I was looking at for Muscle March also.
Yeah.
Oh.
It depresses me, like, really, because those games were so, like, that was from a really innovative time where they were just doing a ton of shit with Final Fantasy, and they were just like, anything could happen. Fucking, that's when, like, Chocobo's Dungeon came out. That's when, like,
Crystal Bearers
Final
was
Fantasy,
also wild.
Yeah. Crystal Bearers, the Four Heroes of Light, the Bravely Default predecessor.
Oh, wow, yeah.
The fucking, like, those two games, which are, like, basically town builders with, like, just town builders. It's fun. And then, like Revenant Wings, the fucking Final Fantasy 12 tactics game. Like, all those were coming out at the same time, and just, like, those games make me think of that time where it's like, oh, Final Fantasy's sick. Mm-hmm. A lot better than Dirge of Cerberus.
Yeah.
That reminds me that the new Crystal Chronicles is coming out. I'm really excited for it. They're remaking it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be on Switch, and I'm very sure we're going to be able to do it like some kind of online play stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No GBA required.
Yes.
Thank God.
I can finally get rid of all of these cables.
It would be...
I need mine for the Tingle Tuner.
Just one, though. I don't need 4 anymore.
It would be really funny if you played that game and then you plugged in the like Smash Bros. GameCube adapter and then plugged in your GBA through that cable.
No.
And then it unlocked.
And that's how you have to do it.
I mean, you wouldn't have to, but it would be cute if there was some kind of Easter egg if you did that.
Oh, God, yeah. What if it has something on there that installs data onto the Game Boy Advance somehow still? That's not out of the realm of impossibility. Oh.
It should just be an Easter egg. I think it should just be an Easter egg. My answers are they should bring back the Castlevania. What was it? The WiiWare Castlevania game. I'm blanking on the name. However, it's the
remake of 3, right?
Rebirth. No, it's not a remake of 3. Yeah. It's a remake of the first Game Boy one. Which, the first Game Boy Castlevania is really bad, but then they remade it and they made it good. So that was...
Castlevania The Adventure?
Yes.
That game has great music.
It does, but then they remade it and they made it a good game. Then they made it an actually good game.
They didn't put the song in there, though.
Well, I know. Can't be choosers here. And then my other choice, of course, it's got to be Duke Nukem Megaton Edition. Because Randy Pitchford is a fucking bastard and couldn't just let people have the complete set. It had to be fucking his game that he owns now, plus the shitty new levels that nobody really wanted. Just... like, we should just be able to play Megaton Edition, and instead of, like, worrying about it, like, losing the license on Steam or something like that. Does anyone have any other ones?
Duke Nukem sucks.
It does, but shush.
I'm just thinking, like, the trajectory of Duke Nukem was like, well, I'm already a video game in the worst dredges of society. My games aren't even coming out. And, like, now, all of a sudden, fast forward to modern times, and now it's the exact same thing. My games are still the worst they could possibly be. And I work for an even worse person now. Dang it.
Randy.
Someday, I hope Duke can get his moment again. It ain't gonna be anytime soon, though.
It's not gonna be with Randy Pitchford involved.
No.
Do we really hope that he gets this moment?
Maybe. I don't even know.
I don't... All of us are... This site is fucking broken. That's what I think. Like, everyone on this site has, like, a chip on their shoulder that doesn't even make sense where it came from about fucking Duke Nukem. And I'm sick of it.
I just support John. That's kind of really where I stand on most of, like, things like that.
I
trust you all to have played this and liked it.
I just like 3D. That's it.
Wow, great. Let's see 3D in modern context. It's horrible.
It's going to be a live service, actually.
Oh, no.
Everyone's going to be pinged when you log in and say it says you're playing Duke Nukem 3D.
It just goes, damn, your friend's playing Duke 3D. You
can't do any quests except until you have to ping all of your friends to say that you're like doing this quest and you need help with it.
You just have to manually alert everybody like, hello, I'm sorry to report, but I am playing Duke Nukem 3D again. I hope you can forgive me. I mean, that's basically what I do all the time. So, you know. Let's see here. We got a question from Lucy who asks, what would y'all say are some amazing bargain bin games that were poorly reviewed this gen? I got Dead Rising 4 for dirt cheap recently, and for that price, it's a lot of fun, even with flaws that I wouldn't be able to forgive at full price.
I have a great one for this, because you can go on to... where are they selling this at? On the Microsoft Store, they're doing 3 months of Xbox Store garbage. The Xbox Game Pass, 3 months for $1 right now, which is the perfect price for Crackdown 3.
There you go.
Yep.
Damn.
I feel like there's a lot of games that are just like, hey, I can try this out, or I could just like, even not just try it out, just like blow through it for a couple of dollars with Game Pass. Like, I feel like Game Pass is just that. Like, the answer to that is just Game Pass.
Yeah, I mean, $1, 3 months, if you have the ability to commit to it, and also the fucking hard drive space for some of these gargantuan games, it's worth it for those 3 months, and then you can just cancel it and be like, all right, I'm good. I don't need Game Pass anymore. Unless you want to do some online stuff with friends and stuff. So, yeah. It's really good for that, actually.
Rose, do you have any?
I was trying to think of something like recent times. I don't know. Like Borderlands, the pre-sequel, I like more than any of the other Borderlands games, probably. That was like, I wouldn't say that was poorly reviewed necessarily, but it was definitely like always like reviewed much lesser than the other Borderlands games. Even though it does a lot of things better than the real ones. And then gonna cop to this one but it's from the last gen. Binary Domain.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Fucking love Binary Domain. I don't know if you've ever played it.
Absolutely. It rolls.
I've never... That is my favorite third-person shooting. Like, straight up. Like, the satisfying feeling of, like, shooting at a robot's legs and, like, seeing them fall to the ground or whatever. And then, like, they're still attacking you, but, like, in a much slower and different way is, like, unmatched to me. It's great.
I will say, I feel like a lot of the games that are like really disappointing this gen are not good enough to almost warrant returning to them with that bargain bin price. but I feel like there was a lot more of that last gen. I feel like if you go back to the PS3...
Oh, absolutely. The Xbox 360.
Yeah, if you go back to the PS3 and 360, there are a lot of games where it's like, well, I wouldn't have spent $60 on this, but $5 now? Hell yeah. Like, you could fucking, like, fill your backlog with an amazing amount of games and just spend, like, maybe, like, $30 on a big bunch of them.
Mm-hmm. The Switch is kind of like that, too, with how many games have been pushed towards it.
I mean, sometimes...
If you got, like, a $40 gift card for the Switch, you can kind of go all over the place with that.
Well, I'm more say for that one, I almost feel like that's just more, hey, there's a lot of good eShop games on the Switch, and there's a lot of good ports on the Switch, but I don't know if, like, poorly reviewed, like, kind of crap games are more what we're talking, like... We're
looking for that, like, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, like...
Or maybe even, like, 5 out of 10, even, you know? Like, yeah.
Sonic Forces, let me tell you. Is
that cheap now?
Usually.
Yeah.
It was cheap to start with. It was $30.
There you go. There you go.
Speaking of that, Kingdom Hearts has already had its first price drop. It's now $40.
All right.
Oh.
It's only been, what, a month or something? A month and a half?
I'll probably pick that up on Black Friday.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Kingdom Hearts 3.2.
Nah, they're just gonna do that, like, free DLC that's gonna have, like, the final mix stuff, right?
Yeah, they said they were gonna do some paid DLC, I think, but it was going to be, like, substantial stuff. Like, it was going to be like episode Shion or whatever.
Kyrie. There is time still to fix this.
Listen, I'll be happy just to get the fucking Shion at least.
Hell yeah.
You know, like the one female character who's possibly treated the least bad, I guess.
Yeah.
She's not on screen long enough to be treated bad.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do one last question here. Again, if you want to send in a question, it's videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. Anonymous asks, how do you think the pitch process for Gamer Goo would go if they were looking to raise funds on Shark Tank?
I just am imagining them, like, fumbling into the fucking Shark Tank with, like, a briefcase and like, all the important rich people are, like, getting on their, they're, like, leaning forward in their chair to be like, what's in the case? What's in there? And they open it up and it's just, like, goo coming out of the case. And that's how they start, like, hey, have you ever been playing video games and your hands just get real sweaty, real perspirous, and all of the, like, execs are like, oh, yeah, that happens to me all the time. And then there you go, easiest pitch process ever. They're like, we will invest $1 bazillion into your sweat goo.
They just need to call it CEO Goo instead of Gamer Goo, and that'll be how they get it.
God. And then they'll turn around and say, if you like that, we've got jerky also. And then everyone's like, oh! They'll, like, run, like, slam backwards in their chairs like that Vince McMahon
CEO
gif.
Jerky.
Jerky. And goo. Two great tastes that you're not allowed to eat together. They told me explicitly you're not allowed to eat them together.
So it's purely just the secret here is just, hey, if you want money from CEOs, just pretend that everything is for them and then just secretly make it for other people. That's basically the secret, I guess.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right, well, I figured it out.
There it is. How are you going to shake hands with other CEOs if you got sweaty hands?
Exactly. CEO Goo.
It's made out of CEOs. Yo, now we've got... Okay, I could get behind CEO Goo now.
Mm-hmm, you know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway...
Perspirant as praxis.
Gamers rise up.
Thank you.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening, folks. We appreciate all of you for listening. Remember, follow us at VGCC. It's our Twitter account, because, hey, we could use the follow. Our Tumblr is videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com. You know, I know that nobody uses Tumblr anymore, but look, if you do, it's there, and we post all our stuff there. We would love to follow. Come hang out in the GameZone.zone. It's our Discord server. It's been a while since anyone new has joined. We want more people to join. Come on, we will welcome you with open arms. We will treat you like a fucking royal crown wielder. We're gonna be very nice to you. I promise. Come on in. It's just fun.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Tell your friends, too. It's a good idea to do so. Remember, we have a Patreon. Patreon.com/VGCC. It's just $3 a month for both of the podcasts that we do. Chuchigatri Unlimited Trainworks, we just put out on the free side the back with the Bakemonogatari conversation. That one was fucked up. So if you want to hear some good-ass anime content, that's just $1. But if you want some good-ass tabletop role-playing content, that's $3. $3 will get you that. And the anime podcast. You get 2 things for the price of $3.
Yeah,
that was a good one. You know what? You did it. Yeah.
And and finally, thank you to Melt Channel /Magic Circle for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. To listen to Melt Channel music.
Circuit?
It's a Magic Circuit. Yeah, Magic Circuit.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
yes.
You got it.
If you want to hear Melt Channel, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com. And then check out Magic Circuit stuff. They just released new music. It should be on their Spotify. So
Yay!
Absolutely check that out. It's some really fantastic stuff that they keep doing. It's really great. Highly recommended. And not just because they did our music. It is just good music in general. So check that out on Spotify. Magic Circuit. And that should do it. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. Are y'all set?
John,
yeah.
Before we go, Shoeless asks, which DMC character knows the most Fortnite dances?
Virgil. Because at the end of Devil May Cry 5, Virgil's really humbled and he realizes, like, damn, I really need to get in touch with my human side. What do humans think is power? And he goes to, like, schools where children are getting stronger.
Victory Royale.
Learning. And he sees them doing Fortnite dances, so he goes, oh my god, and he goes on YouTube and he looks up all the Fortnite dances and he learns them.
That's
also
absolutely
Trish.
True. That's probably true too.
Trish knows like most
Virgil's
of
a
them.
fucking dweeb. Oh yeah, Trish is like into it.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like Virgil doesn't even have like the emotional resonance with like Fortnite that Trish does.
Mm-hmm.
Like Virgil's just in it for the power, and then like when he does it, Nero's like losing his mind.
Son, watch me perform the floss.
Look at this. It's called the Carlton.
Imagine the power I will wield once I'm able to do this in front of my opponents.
Just Virgil screaming, Orange Crush!
I've seen many compilation videos of epic taunts. I can do all of these now. Dante has no chance.
I mean, that is kind of what DMC's about.
It is, yes.
If they like really like revisit it instead of Virgil's taunts being him being like scum, he's like, I'm gonna frag you or something like that, it would be way funnier.
You have been kicked from this Discord server. If you wish to re-enter, message a mod and plead your case. Alright, I think that about does it for this week's episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. Thank you.